Hallelujah, Christ is risen. Really? Open your bulletin, page 1. Let's try this again. Hallelujah, Christ is risen. Christ is risen indeed. Hallelujah. There we go. A blessed day of resurrection to you, dear people. It's incredible to me that we as Christ's church continue to be gathered in celebration of this resurrection life all these generations beyond those earliest communities of Jesus' followers. It's incredible to me that we now, halfway around the world from our origins, in a very different language, amidst contemporary architecture and the hustling life of this metropolitan reality, it's incredible to me that we're hearing the same resurrection stories today that those first women apostles were reveling in with their skeptical cadre of heartbroken peers after that devastatingly brutal Passover all those years ago. How wild is it? That beyond these intervening years, beyond continents and oceans and empires come and gone, that this story of resurrection that they shared still persists even today. And I wonder if part of the reason such resurrection stories persist is because of the way that sin and death continue to persist in our lives as well. For we're only days beyond our observance of Good Friday, right? We continue to know that fear and violence and loss and heartbreak and pain and injustice and death are parts of our lived reality. We know such things deep within us, even as we continue to repudiate our most devastatingly brutal tendencies as humanities that tear us and our world apart. And of course, we still expect that death will have that final word for us. But days like today remind us that death does not have the final word for us. Yes, for 40 days in the Lenten season, right, we walked with Christ toward death. But he has entered with us into death, into the fullness of it all, as we remembered 2 nights ago. And now today, that work that he was about in his life, we remember that such work will not be stopped by even our best attempts to quash it. And for 50 days now, slightly more than our 40-day fast, 50 days in this Easter season, we will walk together with Christ in a new way of resurrection life that persists beyond death and that transforms us. For that life of Christ, made real for many through his ministry, his healing, his teaching, his meals, and his challenges for us. These things are now part of our life of ministry that we are beckoned to carry on as fellow witnesses with those women who led the way for us in the first place all those generations ago. For it is their testimony to this resurrection life that has led us as a church through the ages and continues to do so today. We follow in their faithfulness. We follow in their wonderment. And we follow in their proclamation that Christ is alive and Christ's love and life will not be stopped ever. And so it is into this new life of love that we are sent today. Into this new life of Christ's teaching and healing and feeding and feasting and challenging even beyond death. So know such life and love today. Know such healing and make such healing known. Know Christ's teaching and make such teaching known as we go. Know Christ's feast and feast as we go. For Christ indeed is risen. And God's persistent life of healing love for us and for the world will never be stopped. Alleluia.
Hallelujah.
Amen.